Big news today for Bitcoin as El Salvador becomes the first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. The El Salvador news sent Bitcoin prices skyrocketing up almost 14% on the day. We're going to talk about what's going on with Bitcoin, the news, and all that fun stuff right here in this video, so make sure you stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Patrick here, and today we're talking about Bitcoin, my favorite topic to discuss. Well, here we are, talking about it again. You can see this is the chart that we drew the other day, talking about those key areas of support and the resistance. Now, one thing that I want to make clear here is as long as Bitcoin is basically below this area of resistance here, the $40,000, $42,000 area, it would still be, bearish in that sense. I know the news today is great. The price is skyrocketing. We're bouncing. This is good support. It's going to get people talking about Bitcoin again. You're going to get it trending and get, some volatility and get the market moving. But in general, it's still not enough to say that this is the bottom of the Bitcoin sell-off. There's still a very good possibility that Bitcoin could go lower from here. So I want to make that clear. Now, the legal tender status of the digital currency means that Salvadorians can pay their taxes in Bitcoin, prices can be expressed in Bitcoin, and businesses can accept Bitcoin as payment, according to the text of the law tweeted. Moreover, exchanges in Bitcoin will not be subject to capital gains tax. That's the big kicker here. Now, obviously, this is El Salvador, which, I love El Salvador. I love South America and Central America and all those places. But this is not, America adopting Bitcoin. This is not like something like China or Germany. This is a smaller country that is capitalizing off of the Bitcoin volatility. I think they're going to capitalize off of the volatility and try to, get something going on there in El Salvador. It's a really good step in the right direction. Don't get me wrong. It's a very good step in the right direction here. There's also this news here that Tonga may also be the next nation to adopt Bitcoin. I see this happening it's going to be very popular in the future for this to happen for many different reasons. Number one, being a country like Tonga that has $750 million in reserves. Let's say they bought $750 million worth of Bitcoin at $30,000, and then the price goes to $100,000. Now they've basically 3 times their reserves, and the country is making money instead of just losing money on inflation. That's the big kicker here, the store of value, the digital gold aspect of Bitcoin for these countries. And what's even more interesting is there used to be, I think there still is, there was a post on Reddit talking about how Bitcoin would one day become the currency or the legal tender for countries around the world. This would cause a massive spike in the price of Bitcoin. You have a massive amount of greed and people trying to go out and buy Bitcoin when this happens. This is the beginning to something big, my friends. It only takes one country to step up, and then another country, and another country. And a lot of these smaller countries, the more and more countries stepping up and saying that Bitcoin is legal tender, it'll just lead to more and more people wanting to buy Bitcoin. And then in the end, the larger countries like the USA, like Germany, like Saudi Arabia, all these big countries with lots and lots of money, they don't want to be the last ones to buy Bitcoin when all these other countries have already loaded up on Bitcoin. It's going to create FOMO. It's going to create a massive increase in buying when people around the world are starting to see Bitcoin as a value, a store of value, a legal tender, a legal currency. So this is obviously massive news. And like I said, there was an article way back, I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago, from a future time traveler talking about Bitcoin becoming a legal tender. Let's see if I can find it. So here is the original post. This is a message from the year 2025 talking about Bitcoin and talking about the value of Bitcoin. They talk about different governments, the government of Saudi Arabia owning Bitcoin, the IMF owning Bitcoin, and the North Korea government owning Bitcoin. It's all starting to come true. If you guys haven't already checked out Cryptocom, this is the world's fastest growing crypto app. You can learn more about the app. You can learn more about the services that they offer. They've got a lot of really cool projects and things that you can check out. You can also check out the CRO coin. You can stake it. You can get a credit card. You can link it up to your Bitcoin and your cryptocurrency, and you can do it all right there on the Crypto.com app. It's really simple, really easy to use to sign up for. I've been using Crypto.com more and more recently as they have a lot of the coins that I'm interested in buying the dip here in these current market that we're in. So check them out. Crypto.com is a link down below. If you sign up, you earn some money. I earn some money. And everybody earns some money. It's a great thing for everybody. So you can see that's the president of El Salvador. Another article talking about how the digital currency can be used in any transaction, and any business will have to accept payment in Bitcoin, except if they lack the technology. So that's big news. The US dollar will continue to be El Salvador's main currency, and no one will be forced to pay in Bitcoin, according to legislation approved late Tuesday. Every restaurant, every barber, every bank, everything can be paid in US dollars or Bitcoin, and nobody can refuse payment. That's pretty big news. So imagine now we live in a world where you have to accept Bitcoin. If I go and I want to buy gas, I want to buy dinner, I want to buy food, you've got to take my Bitcoin, people. So get ready. Get your swipe cards out and get it all ready. Again, and the president says here that they have to take Bitcoin, but they don't have to take the risk. They might even earn some money, or we might lose some money, but it doesn't matter. The purpose of the trust fund is not to make money, but to support making Bitcoin a legal tender. So I guess they're starting a trust fund as well. So that's the big news here, my friends. El Salvador becoming the first nation to make Bitcoin legal tender. It's big news for everybody to focus on. And like I said, looking here at the Bitcoin chart right now, we need Bitcoin to get back up here above $40,000 to really start the party again. I'm not going to get too excited just yet. I've been loving the price as it's been going down, buying the dips. So I'm not mad about it at this point. I'm totally fine if Bitcoin does go lower, if cryptocurrency does go lower, because long term, I'm bullish. But short term, I would love to see the price go lower because I would love to buy more. And that's just the way I look at it as a long-term investor. Bitcoin becoming the first legal tender. Bitcoin, big news today. Up big, the market loving the idea here of Bitcoin becoming legal tender to countries around the world. If you guys haven't already, do me one big favor, hit that like button, subscribe button, all the buttons down below. I will talk to you guys later on.